You would think that the weirdest thing going on in the first issue of Spider-Man that Morbius shows up in would be him, the goth vampire. But instead, it's actually Spider-Man growing 4 extra arms and debating joining a circus where he'll let people see him do hand stuff for 25 cents. But back to the man of the hour, Michael Morbius, the living vampire. Before he was actually a pseudo-vampire, Morbius was a Nobel Prize-winning scientist. This man had mad degrees and he was a genius in a ton of different science fields. And with that big brain comes a body that will not keep up with all that genius. He's dying. And because he doesn't have the power of main character plot armor, he needs to experiment on himself to not die. With the help of his best friend Nikos, Morbius experiments on vampire bats and conducts an experiment in the middle of the ocean. The reason being, if you're in the middle of the ocean, not even plot force can interfere with your experiments. After the very drawn-out dialogue that plagues the early comic book days, Morbius doses himself with electricity and vampire bat DNA, turning him into a vampire. And the first thing he does is kill Nikos, which according to him was not on purpose, and he's so distraught with what he just did that he actually manages to justify the death and say that Nikos is the lucky one. I'm pretty sure he wanted to live, but okay. When he tries to drown himself and that doesn't work because Morbius' internal instinct to want to survive kicks in, he ends up on a new random boat that passes by, and wouldn't you know it, he kills most of the crew and drinks their blood. Because as he will not stop narrating, the thirst is hella real. When he finally gets back onto land, he somehow ends up at the exact same place as Spider-Man, which is Curt Connors' summer home. Thanks to another surprise third guest, Curt Connors himself, Morbius is actually stopped from draining Spider-Man of all his blood. But now Spidey has to deal with 2 baddies fighting over who's gonna kill him. Lucky for him, when Morbius tries to drink the lizard's blood, the lizard somehow gains some weird clarity of both lizard strength and Curt Connors' brain. So, what do? You get a weirdo good guy kinda bad guy team up, and now Spider-Man and the lizard have to go fight Morbius. So as Morbius continues his spree of I have to feed because I cannot stop the hunger, the lizard and Spider-Man are actually hot on his tail, and they need his blood because they feel like if Morbius could mess with the lizard's transformation, somehow Morbius's blood could probably heal Spider-Man. Sure, why not? They're geniuses. When they eventually do end up catching up to Morbius, they're able to knock him out with enough time to take his blood, mix it with a version of their serum, and then boom, turn Doc Connors back into his one-armed human self. But oh my god, it turns out that the vampire was playing possum the whole time. And he kicks Spider-Man in the face, takes the serum, and flies away because, you know, Morbius can fly. The insane thing here is that even though Spider-Man is trying to catch Morbius and he's swinging his 6th arm through the city as hard as he can, it's not even Spider-Man that takes down Morbius. Spider-Man grabs him with his webs and then Morbius flies into a bridge and just lands in the ocean. Which is kind of annoying because there was so much internal dialogue build up while Spider-Man was trying to catch Morbius. And then he just gets taken out by a bridge. But lucky for Spider-Man, he lands on a trash barge, and even though he can't save Morbius, he is able to save the serum. And Morbius drowns to his death, except he really doesn't. Because Morbius definitely shows up later on to dick with the Human Torch. Not really the best ending to an origin, but honestly the build-up was pretty cool. And even though Morbius fights a lot of heroes, he's not really a bad guy. He just didn't want to die. But let me know what you guys think about Morbius' origin, and what else do you guys want to see? Origin, history, character videos for you, your friends, your dog, I don't know, your life. Put it down in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.